Hey y'all. Happy Friday! How about that? Happy freaking Friday. While we're waiting for some people to hop on up here. Whew. Hi. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Hi guys. Yeah, you guys drop a comment. Hey Shanika, I see you, girl. Hey Amber. Okay, so let me just throw this out here. I have no idea how I'm supposed to end this whole training, or not even training. It's not even really a training. It's just I guess just a dream big event. I don't even know how I'm supposed to bring it home after Amber, Katie, Chastity, and Chloe. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. So, hi guys. I'm really pumped to be here. I'm really nervous to be here. Believe it or not, I do get nervous still. So, we're going to talk about dreaming, and more specifically, dream boards, okay? And before we start, Chloe had put up a status in this group saying only Anchored Sense people in this group, okay? And a lot of you were confused, and I totally get that you were confused. So I'm going to try to break it down for you guys so you guys can understand it. All of us SSDs that have presented this week, Amber, Chloe, Chastity, Katie, yeah, and myself, well, not Chloe, we are all under Chloe. So even though we are your SSDs, and there are a couple other SSDs in this group, like Macy Cox, Jamie Gowers, I think maybe another one, I don't really remember. Anyway, so even though we are your SSD, Chloe is your upline SSD, okay? So, for example, anyone who I am your SSD, Katie Lassiter is your upline SSD, and then above Katie is Chloe, who is also your upline SSD, okay? So even though we are your SSDs, you are going to have an upline SSD as well, okay? So we are all in the same group, even though you might be in a different group, okay? So my group's name is 176 Roots Group. Katie's group's name is Redeemed Blessings Group, okay? So if you're in my group, you're also in Katie's group, and you're also in Anchored Sense group, which is Chloe's group, okay? Does that make more sense? I realize that it's confusing, and the bigger and wider our group gets and deeper that our group gets, I can understand that it gets more confusing, especially if you're pretty new to Scentsy, being a consultant, okay? So I hope that clears some of this up. So let's talk about 2021. Y'all, I am so ready for 2021. I'm so ready, and it's actually really crazy. I sat down this morning to finalize my notes to go live today, and my word came to me. It literally, since Amber started talking about picking a word, I've just been I even wrote down my sticky note. Okay, it literally just says my word for 2021, and I have it posted right over here in my printer, so every time I sit at my desk, I'm like, what is my word going to be for 2021? And I had no idea. Until today, I sat down and I was looking at some notes. I always jot down notes when I'm listening to trainings, and they're totally random. Anyone who came into my office would read this and be like, I don't know what that means, but it makes sense to me. And that's what we're also going to talk about when we talk about dream boards, okay? There is a huge variety of dream boards. So just because yours doesn't look like mine, it's the same thing, okay? You're going to get the same end result, and that's all that matters. So, I was looking at some notes that I wrote down. I don't even know when I wrote these down, honestly. And my word came to me like that, okay? I wrote it on my 2021 vision board, and it gave me chills. I started tearing up. That is how strong this word means to me. And so I'm going to share it with you guys. My word for 2021 is uncomfortable. I 100% believe in pushing yourself. If you aren't going to push yourself, you're not going to see a change in your life. Personally, with your business, with your relationships, with your families, with anything. Making new friends, meeting new people. If you're not willing to go out and talk to someone new without them coming to you, you're not going to grow. Stop waiting for other people to come to you. Why don't you go to them? That is you pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So 2021, I am going to get super uncomfortable. And that word came to me because writing down my dreams for 2021, my vision for 2021, it scares the shit out of me, y'all. It scares the living poop out of me. Okay? So, uncomfortable is my word. My word for 2020 is flourish. Or, yeah, it is still flourish, being we still have, 12 days left of the year, roughly, something like that. Don't quote me. I'm not a good math person because I use a calculator. So my word for 2020 is flourish. And I can say that I did just that. I left my nursing job. A little bit of background in case you guys don't know. My name is Ray Ray, but my legal name is Rachel Spear. I am married, so it is Rachel Anderson. Also, I have not officially changed it, so that's why it's also confusing. I plan on doing that soon. I've been married for over a year now, I know. The struggle is real. The procrastination is real, okay? So, Ray Ray, Rachel Anderson, Rachel Spear, whatever. I'm going to answer to it all, okay? So, I started Scentsy in 2016, October 2016, actually. And I was a full-time registered nurse. I had my BSN, and I was working at a hospital in Norfolk. I worked there for 2 years. I worked night shift, and then I met my husband, and he lives in BFE, y'all. We live in the middle of nowhere, okay? Okay. So, I didn't know a single person here except Vince when I moved here. Obviously, I've made friends. And it's pretty cool when I go out to Food Line and they're like, oh, hey, you're the Scentsy girl. And I'm like, yeah. Or they'll be like, the best part is when people are like, hey, Ray Ray. And I'm like, hey, no idea who you are, but hey, how are you? So, okay, that shows when people know who you are. Okay? It's because you're putting yourself out there. You are getting uncomfortable. You're putting yourself in front of a camera where you don't even like the way you look. You don't like the way you sound. And you're doing the dang thing. Okay? That is how you get yourself out there, is by being uncomfortable. So that's why my word for 2021 is uncomfortable. So I got into a really bad car accident. Totaled my car in 2016. Yeah. Was it 2016? Yes, it was. Or was it? I don't even remember what year it was. Anyway, right after I totaled my car, I got a brand new car. And nurses make good money, okay? But we don't make a ton of money, let me just tell you. So I'm a spender, I'm going to be honest. I like to spend money. I like to buy other people things. I don't like being restricted. I've been like this. When I got my first job and I saw the potential that I could make by working, I was in TJ Maxx all the time. Okay, so when I got this brand new car, I had a car payment. And then that car payment took all of my fun money. So I was like, you know what? What can I do to make some extra money in my pocket to help pay for my car or to give me more fun money, right? Play money. So, I had actually, the only product I had ever bought from Scentsy was a bar or wax. Wax, that's it. Okay, I never tried any of the other products. And Katie did send me a sample of Luna Body Cream. Luna Body Cream. I never opened up the sample. Never. I recently just found that sample, which is so crazy. But anyway, I never opened the sample. And I had asked my husband, which he was my boyfriend at the time, I was like, hey, what do you think about me joining Scentsy? And we both laughed. Like, we literally both looked at each other and laughed. And I was like, yeah, you're right. That's crazy. So I joined another direct sales company, okay? Had never tried their products. And fast forward, didn't work out, okay? I spent almost $400 on the kit, aka Vince spent that because I didn't have that money to spend on that kit. So he put it on his credit card. And I think I made $20 in my pocket after like 4 months. Ridiculous. So I randomly came home from work and I was like, you know what? I'm joining Scentsy. I have no idea what to expect. I see Katie talking about it all the time. I see it changing her life. I'm going to give it a shot. Soon as it told me to put in my social security number, I literally about had a panic attack. Okay? Because if you already, you know, if you put your social into anything, you're like, oh, damn, this is the real deal. This is real. This is real. They got my social security number. So I put my social in. I think I even texted Katie and was like, do they really need my social? But anyway, so I got the thing across the page that said, congrats, you're now a consultant. And I literally felt like I was going to vomit everywhere. I can tell you the exact place I was sitting in my house. I was sitting on the floor in our bedroom. And as soon as I clicked submit, I was like, okay, this is real. Y'all, I had to put the $99 kit on my credit card because I didn't have enough money in my bank account because I was waiting for payday. Okay? I lived paycheck to paycheck. My husband lived paycheck to paycheck. And we don't have kids. It was just us and our dogs. That's it. So as soon as I got the thing, I messaged Katie and I was like, hey, I'm a consultant. And she was like, whoop, whoop, let's do this. I was like, yeah, I have no idea what to do. And here we are, y'all. You have to make the first step and the next step and the next step. No one is going to do it for you. You have to be the one to get uncomfortable. Okay? So, fast forward. I've been with Scentsy for 3 years, over 3 years now, and it has changed my entire life. My husband's home. It has changed my entire life. It not only has changed my entire life, it has changed my husband's entire life. It has changed our future kids' lives. I'm getting emotional. I don't really know why. My dogs' lives. If y'all don't know me, I'm a dog mom. I got 3 labs. I have 3 cats. And I left my nursing job in January. Last January. So almost a year. And it wasn't because I hated nursing. It wasn't because I wanted to do Scentsy full-time either, okay? I did want to do Scentsy full-time, but that wasn't the full story. Let me shut my door. Yeah, y'all don't be acting crazy. It's your dad. It was because I was super unhappy where I was in life. I was very unhappy with my job. Okay? And it was to the point where I was calling out for no reason. I don't do that. It was to the point where I was being mean to my patients. Not being mean, but just like being short with my patients. And I was being short with the staff that I worked with, that I loved. And, so I knew it was time to leave. I knew it was time to make a change. And it was the most terrifying decision I've ever made, was to leave my job. But it was the best decision I have ever made in my entire life. And I know that my husband would say the exact same thing. I know my dogs, if they could talk, they would say the same thing. Because I'm literally home with them all the time. I get to take them on walks and to travel, and we've bought an RV, and I bought a fucking new car. Sorry, did not mean to say that. I bought a new car that I could have never afforded before now. So I just want you to know that if you think this business cannot be the vessel to something else, to your dreams, you are wrong. But guess what? Whether you believe you can or you can't, or this business can and can't, you are right. So if you believe that Scentsy cannot be the vessel to something, you are correct. But if you turn it around and you say, since he can be the vessel to me leaving my job, you are also correct. If you say, since he can be the vessel to helping my husband leave his job, you are correct. Okay? So, sorry. Let me pull it together. You are correct. My nose is running now. So, this is what I want you to do. Vince. Hey, I'm doing a training, okay? Okay. So, I want to tell you why I think 2020 was such an amazing year. Why flourish was my word, and why I feel like I have flourished in all aspects of my life, not just my business. And even though we're in a freaking pandemic, and let's be real, 2020 has not been the best year ever, good things have happened. So if you are willing to focus on the good over the bad, I promise you, you will shock yourself. Okay? So, I'm going to take this off my stand. We're going to talk about vision boards, okay? Back in 2019, I sat down sometime in December and I wrote down what my goals were for the next year, for 2020. And I originally wrote them down, and then I typed them out because I wanted them to last for a whole year and for me to read like what exactly it says. And this is it. Okay? I have it posted over here. Okay? That was my vision. This piece of paper has transferred from this side of the wall, has transferred from here, has transferred literally all over this room. Okay? So, I think Chastity said this yesterday when talking about systems and whatnot. You have to figure out what your learning vibe is, what you're learning, how you learn, okay? You have to figure out what speaks to you, okay? So, if it's typing them out like this, like I just showed you, great. If you have to have pictures like Katie, great. If you have to have it on the home screen of your phone, perfect. Learning style. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. However, whatever is going to make you push yourself and get uncomfortable is what you need to do. Okay? So, that worked for me because anytime I met something this year, I checked it off. Okay? So, for 2020, the very first one was be active 6 days a week. Now, I will say I have fallen off the wagon for that. I've gotten back on the wagon. I've fallen off. I've gotten back on probably 1 million times in the last year. Okay? But at the end of the day, I feel that I was much more active in 2020 than I was in 2019 because I was putting myself first. Okay? The next one was establish my own YouTube channel. I did that. I think in like March. I did it. So I was able to check that off. Another thing, sponsor and change 35 new lives. I think I'm at like 24 right now. I have not hit that. I'm still pushing. But because it's in front of my face every day, I'm still pushing to the very last minute. Okay? It's okay if you do not reach all of your goals on your vision board. It's okay. Just because you don't meet them in that specific year, you can still meet them in the future. Next one. Grow. 14 frontline directors. We're at 9 so far. We're at 9. And I am so freaking proud of those 9 directors. I could literally cry. Grow 10 downline directors. We have grown so, I couldn't even tell you, but it's way over 10. And let me tell you, there are three of our directors in our group who have left their full-time job to do Scentsy. And that right there is literally like one of the best things about this business is watching it bless someone else's life. Watching one of my girls, actually all of them be able to stay home with their kids and watch their kids grow up, not miss anything, not have to call into work and say, hey, I can't come because my kid's sick. Instead, they can stay home and they don't have to ask anyone. They're right there. And I can't wait to do that too. Another one, grow 3 SSDs. We have 2 in our group, which is absolutely amazing. Like, it makes me so freaking happy for them. And 1 SSD. We don't have that yet, but we are working on it, and we have so many people that are so close. This was scary, y'all. This one was scary. I put on my vision board that I wanted to grow to 900 group members. When I made this, we were at 300. We were only at 300. And I shouldn't say only because 300 is a ton. And we grew from 300 to 900 group members. I remember writing or typing that out and almost retracted it. I almost retracted it because it scared the poop out of me. And I wrote it down anyway. I typed it out anyway. I had a goal of 300 team members. That hasn't happened yet. We're halfway there. But I am happy to sacrifice that because we have grown so many directors. Their team numbers are taken out of my team numbers. Okay? I put a monetary goal for this year, and I went well above it. That's really freaking cool. That also scared the poop out of me. And my other one was pay off credit card. I'm almost done. I'm in the next 2 months, my credit card will be paid off. So let's talk about 2021, okay? Yes, do not make your goals easy. If you are going to make your goals easy, I'm sorry, but there's no point in even writing them down. There's no point in writing them down. There's no point in sitting down and dreaming. If you are not going to push yourself, there is no point in making a dream board. No point. None. So, if you are, here we go. I wrote all of these down first, okay? Some of them I crossed off because I don't want that to be my dream this year. I want it to be 2022's dream. That one's not it, but these two. And me and Vince have not been able to sit down because he's been working, but we are going to sit down together and dream together. This will be the very first year that we've ever done that. We actually talked about it for like 20 minutes the other day, not even, maybe 10, before he went to work. And it was such a good feeling. Like, why have we never sat down and dreamed together? Like, why have we never said, hey, I want to do this year, or I want to do this year? And then we realized we had a couple of the same dreams. So, my challenge for you guys, and I'm gonna tell you my vision for 2021 because all of it really scares crap out of me, like a lot. But we're here. So, first things first, in the comments, I want you to tell me what kind of dream board works for you. Is it cutting magazine clippings and gluing them to a board? Is it taking photos off Pinterest and putting them in a collage through an app? Is it taking that collage that you just made through an app and printing it off and putting it in your closet or on your fridge or in your office or on the dashboard of your car? Okay? Is it writing it out, typing it out like me? Do you want it handwritten? Like, what works for you? I'm a list person. I've always been a list person. I want to be able to cross it off when I'm done with it, or check it off when I'm done with it. Okay, photos and quotes, visual, list, bulletin boards, on your home screen of your computer and your phone, printing and putting it somewhere, yes. Yes. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to realize. A dream board is not going to look the same for everybody, okay? Not only is it not going to have the same dreams, it does not need to have the same dreams, but it's not going to look the same, okay? So, I'm doing a list. So, these are just a couple things on my list, okay? Have a baby. Your girl wants a baby, a real baby. I want to buy my husband a new diesel. I want to be completely debt-free other than our house and our vehicles. I want to be active 5 days a week. I have a ton of house improvements that I want to do, from a screened-in porch to new floors to new counters, move our fireplace. I want to redo our entire backyard with a concrete patio, a concrete pad for our vehicles to sit on. Once I hit a monetary goal, I want to build an outside office space for myself. That's my goal. I really need one right now because this room is super tiny and I don't have any storage space, but I told myself that will be my prize for when I hit a certain paycheck. I want to buy a toy hauler, travel more in our camper with our dogs, and I have a monetary value to put in a savings account. All right, so for business, help my leaders reach their goals and dreams. I felt like I was really good at that in the beginning of 2020, but within the last 4 weeks, I'll admit, I was tired and I was peopled out, even though that sounds crazy because we're in like quarantine, but I was peopled out. I don't know exactly what happened, and actually I do know what happened. I wasn't taking care of myself. I let myself be put on the back burner, and I was focusing so much on other people that all of a sudden I was just burned out of people in general, okay? And I will say, when I realized that was when I listened to Chastity's training, and she had asked when I had texted. One of the questions was, when was the last time you texted someone you don't get paid off of? And that really hit me hard. If you have not listened to that training, you really need to go listen to it. So this year, like, I'm putting the people first. I'm also putting myself first in regards to self-care. But I really want to help my leaders reach their goals and dreams. And I'm going to learn what their goals and dreams are. Because how are you supposed to help them reach their dreams and their goals and their aspirations if you don't know what they are? So that's why I have it on here. I also want to help my leaders retire and do Scentsy full time for those who want to do that. Okay, if they don't want to do that, that's fine. I'll help you with another dream that you have. But if you want to leave your full-time job and do Scentsy full-time, I am going to help them, okay? Another thing I put up here, I want to train less and build more relationships, okay? 2021 is going to be there's going to be more simplified, I'm trying to simplify it, that's what I'm trying to say. I think that you can overtrain, and I'm doing less of that. Do not get me wrong, I will still be training, and I will still be training myself, but I'm going to not overwhelm my people, and I want to build more relationships with them. Okay? Train less, build more. I want to grow to 350 teamies. I want to grow to 3,000 group members, because right now we're at roughly 1,200, which is insane, blows my mind. Grow 4 SSDs, 3 SDs, 20 frontline directors, 20 downline directors, 10 frontline directors. I want to bless 30 people with this business. How am I going to do that? I am going to bless 30 people with this business, okay? That is where me getting uncomfortable comes into play. I am going to go out and I'm going to meet people. When me and my husband travel more, because that's what we're going to do in our camper and our dogs, I'm going to go out and I am going to talk to people who I normally would not talk to. It's going to scare the shit out of me, and I'm probably going to break out in hives. Look, I'm broken out in hives right here, y'all. It just hasn't creeped up my neck yet. It happens. This is me. This is me. And I am going to get uncomfortable and talk to those people, talk to new people, because if this business has changed my life, if it has changed my husband's life through me, I know that it can change anyone's life. So that is what I'm doing. I want to earn annual mentor, which I'm halfway there. I want to earn annual sales, which I've already done. And I want to grow my Scentsy Club to 4,000 sales a month. I don't want to have to focus or worry about where my sales are coming from. Right now, my Scentsy Club is roughly between 1,000 and 2,000, depending on how many of my customers club comes out in that month. Which that's really scary too, because that also requires me being uncomfortable. It requires me going out and talking about Scentsy Club. And I'm going to start talking about it more in person with people. Okay? So, all of these goals scare the crap out of me. They really do. And I just want you guys to realize that if you are not willing to do something that you've never done before, you're going to stay stagnant. You're going to stay stagnant in your business. You're going to stay stagnant in your relationships. You're going to stay stagnant in your life. It doesn't matter. Listen to me. A lot of people say, okay, well, I can't sponsor anyone because my circle of friends is super small. Well, guess what? So is mine. Okay? So is mine. And let me tell you, majority of the people who I have sponsored, I did not know before Scentsy. 90% of my customer base, I did not know before I became a consultant. The reason why I have relationships with my customers is because I partied and I met them. And I reached out to them and I said, hey, thank you so much for ordering. You have no idea how much it means to me. And I sent them something small like this in the mail with a sample in it. And then I followed up. And then I saw that their kid was sick. And I asked them how their kid was doing. And I said, oh my God, you have a dog. She looks just like my dog. How's Sky doing today? Hey, how are you and your husband? Do you want to hang out? I hang out with my customers. If I vibe with them, I hang out with them. So, build your relationships, build your relationships, build your relationships. You have to get uncomfortable to grow. And that's why I am pushing myself farther out there. I have gotten uncomfortable in the past. Otherwise, I would not be where I'm at. But I feel like that I need to get more uncomfortable. And you know who else I want to get uncomfortable this year? And that's why I also chose this word, is my husband. I want him to get uncomfortable with me. Because together, I think we really can do some damage to this world. Good damage. Good damage. But can you chat about how to make sure our goals are realistic? Yeah, so I think what you have to do in regards to being realistic, it really depends on what, at the end of the day, you might not think they're realistic. Okay, for example, I had a goal of 900 group members. I didn't think that was realistic last year, but I was going to do it anyway. I was going to aim for it anyway. Now, if you're at a group of, let's say, 30 people, and you think that you're going to reach 900, that's a little off. You know what I mean? But what I can do actually, how I make my goals is I will ask, I'll ask Katie or Chloe or Chastity or other people in our group that are like at the level that I'm at and say, hey, can you tell me what your growth was last year? Whether it's teamies, paychecks, whatever. And then I kind of base it off of that. And then I'm like, okay, if that was her growth, I think that my growth can be either further along or a little bit less or right about the same. But I really do think that you, like, I don't know. The word realistic to me is just, I don't know. I think realistic goals can prevent you from dreaming big, in my opinion. So, when you're sitting down doing your goals, I really want you to sit down, get a piece of scrap paper, and just jot down your dreams. Okay? Jot down, what are your dreams in life? Not just this year, in life. Do you want to buy an RV for you and your husband? Okay? Even if it doesn't happen this year, is that what you want to do so you can travel around the world? Do you want to be able to pay for your parents' care in the long run? Okay, that's something I want to do. It's not on my 2021 vision, but it's in my big dreams. Okay, my mom right now is always stressed out about caring for my grandpa who's in a nursing home and my grandma. She's always stressed out about it. I don't want to have to stress out about that. So I'm planning early. So that's part of my huge dream. So I think that's the first thing you have to do is you have to sit down and figure out what are my huge, almost like where you feel like it's never going to happen dreams. Okay? Do you want that perfect house that you see on Pinterest that right now you could never afford? But in 5 years, I bet you if you put your friggin' head down and got to work, you could afford it. Do you want your own private jet? That might seem absolutely crazy to half of y'all. It seems crazy to me. I don't want a jet, but I would love a yacht. So it's like, write down what you want, okay? Okay, this is what I want you to do actually. If you think someone would tell you you are absolutely crazy, you are insane, you are from another planet, when you're telling them what your dreams are, that is your big dream. Okay? If someone is not calling you crazy, your dreams are not big enough. So that's where I want you to start. What are your big dreams? Not 2021's dreams, 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road. What are those dreams? And then base your goals or your vision for 2021 off of that. Okay? Off of that. But push yourself. If you're at a group of 100 and you only have your vision for 200, that is not big enough. I'm just sorry to tell you. Not for me. Yep. Me too, Melissa. I love when they call me crazy. You know what I say? Watch me. Watch me. And you know what's crazy? The girl, Rachel, probably 4 years ago, if someone ever said, oh man, that'll never happen, you're crazy, I probably would have said, you right. And I would have scratched that off my list and said that would have never happened. But the girl today is completely different than the girl 4 years ago. Why? Because I've been getting uncomfortable and because I've been pushing myself out of my comfort zone, because I've been building relationships with people who are like-minded. If you're stuck in a circle of people who are negative, get out of that circle. Get out of it right now. Find new people, and I can promise you can find like-minded people within Scentsy. Okay? Even if they're not in your group, even if they're not in your team, immediate group, we're all in the same large group, okay? Cut the box open, yes. Cut the box open. Find new people who are like-minded. Find people who are dreaming those crazy-ass dreams where both of you are like, oh my God, that is so scary. I could pee my pants right now thinking about if that ever happened. Find people who, when you say, I have this dream, you want to croak over and die because you think it's never going to happen. Okay? But the person next to you, your friend, is saying, hell yeah, girl, you can do that. And I'm going to be right there alongside you when you hit that goal, when you reach that goal, when you hit that dream. Okay? If the people around you are not supporting what your dreams are, I don't care if you want to freaking go to Mars. If that is your dream, write it down. And if your best friend or the people in your circle are telling you you will never go to Mars, I'm sorry, but you need to say bye. You need to say bye. Okay? So, dream big. At the end of the day, whether you tell yourself you can or you can't, you're right. Okay? Mindset. If you guys follow me on Instagram, if you've ever listened to a training, I always bring in the mindset. If you don't believe it, you're right. It's not going to happen. Okay? So, I love y'all. I hope you guys got something from this training. I have not printed off my 2021 visions yet, and that is because I want to type out Vince's visions once we sit down and do them together, and then I'm going to print it and plaster it right in front of me. Okay? So, I love you guys. Remember, I think Katie said it. You have to motivate yourself. Okay? If you are relying on someone else to motivate you, someone just showed up to my house. If you are relying on someone else to motivate you, you have a big problem, okay? You're not going to be motivated every single day. You're not going to be motivated every single day. But guess what? Those dreams that you just typed out or wrote down or plastered, pictured, whatever, that you have in front of you, that is what's going to keep you going on the days you don't want to do something, okay? So, go out and dream big, y'all. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend and a great Christmas. And we still want to hear your words, and we want to see your vision boards. I will post a picture of mine once I have them printed off and plastered. And this year, I'm even going to plaster them everywhere. Everywhere. I'm going to put one in my closet. I'm going to put one, actually, not my closet. I'm going to put one on my bathroom mirror. I'm going to put one in our kitchen, in my office, and I might even put a mini one in my car so I could see it when I'm driving on the road. So, I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a great weekend.